your own kind of beautiful. Keep your head up, it don't matter. Don't be discouraged, it don't matter. Let the world know that it don't matter. Be your own kind of beautiful. Curvy is so beautiful, plus size is so wonderful. Being thick has benefits, I'm not your ordinary cheek. I've got a lot of love to share with low, short, and nappy hair. Taking time to let you know I'm my own kind of beautiful. Thick hips and sexy girl, don't you be ashamed. No, 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 no. You're so beautiful. If you got size, it don't matter. If you got curves, it don't matter. Maybe a little thick, it don't matter. Be your own kind of beautiful. Keep your head up, it don't matter. Don't be discouraged, it don't matter. Let the world know that it don't matter. Be your own kind of beautiful. Curvy is so beautiful, plus size is so wonderful. Being thick has benefits, I'm not your ordinary cheek. I've got a lot of love to share with low, short, and nappy hair. Taking time to let you know I'm my own kind of beautiful. Thick hips and sexy girl, don't you be ashamed. No, 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 no,
Hey everybody, welcome to Jamila Girl. Let me start all over.
Hey, what's up?
Hey everybody, welcome to Jamila J Girl Talk on Feel Good Mind, Body, Soul, and Business. How you doing, Chuck?
I'm doing great. Hey, at least I stumble a lot, so it's great to hear somebody else stumble a little bit. Yeah, but anyway, I'm great. Great to be here, Jamila, as always. Always look forward to the conversations we have. So again, thanks, for doing this every Sunday. Definitely appreciate
It is my pleasure. It makes my week actually.
Oh, awesome.
So today I invited China's mother back. We need closure. And I know some of the audience members, they've been asking me what happened to China.
Hey, could you, I guess, go back and let them know what that was? We did have an episode on here before, so a lot of people don't really know. Not a lot of people. Some people don't know what who China was or the whole story behind that.
Okay, so China is a mother. She was a mother. She has 3 kids, and she just had a baby. Her baby might be 6 months now. I met her teaching her kids.
Mm-hmm.
That's my other job as a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a feeling that something's not right, but you just don't know what, and it's kind of not your business, and so you just do what you do. But in your gut that things are not right. Mm-hmm. So I worked with China and her kids for over a year during the pandemic, and I felt more like family. And whenever she needed help or whatever I could do to help her, I would always help her and her children. At that time when we were really close, she was not kind of talking to her family because of her baby's father. Mm-hmm. So China died March 11th. And for a long time, we didn't know what happened to China. We had, like you said, we had previous shows with Naeem and Karen, just kind of getting the feel of toxic relationships. Something's not right, but you just don't know what or how to help. And then we had a show with China's mother, Karen. Mm-hmm. And at that time, they did not know how she died. They didn't know. So fast forwarding, maybe 2 months ago, so they found out she died of a meth overdose,
Wow.
and that was devastating to the mom, and she still is trying to grip how her daughter died, and I think that the whole what's problematic with the mom is that China was nursing her baby,
Mm.
and she was, she never would have nursed her baby doing drugs or meth, or so that's where we are,
Mm-hmm.
and I need closure, and I thought the mom would be here, to kind of give us all closure, but it's okay. So China died of a meth overdose March 11th. And, Chuck, thinking back on like celebrities, Bobby Brown's son died
Mm-hmm.
of a meth overdose. Tony Braxton's niece died over meth overdose. I can go on and on. I know Frankie, Keisha Cole's mother, she died recently. I don't know, it was meth, but I think it was something else, but it was a drug overdose. But to me, it doesn't matter if it's meth or crack or heroin, it's still devastating.
Mm-hmm.
And it's devastating to the people that are, closely related, and it's devastating to our community
Mm-hmm.
because these are three children that won't have a mom.
Right. Right.
School is starting, and they start a new schools season with the grandmother trying to enroll them, trying to buy school clothes and backpacks. That's a ritual you do with with your mom or your
Mm-hmm.
father. Going back to school is a big deal for kids, and so that's how China died. And with that being said, I got some research and I wanted to read about drug overdose.
Mm-hmm.
Um, drug abuse is a chronic disease that changes the chemistry of the brain over the course of time. People struggling with opium use use disorders often have difficulty with compulsive behaviors.
Mm-hmm.
With addiction, there is potential for relapse, reoccurrence, and the possibility of recovery. So, for me, I believe that China probably tried it once. I know there's something called fentanyl that is killing people. That is being, in the drugs and meth and other drugs. So that's kind of the basis for our conversation today. So
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it, in my family. I've seen it outside of my family. So, it's real out there. Drug overdose and these drugs out there. But again, um, I know the story was they thought something that happened with I don't know, they thought she was actually murdered or something like that. So I just want to get the story right. I don't want nobody coming back at me, but that was so whoever remember this story that we were talking about, we actually thought that the um I guess her boyfriend had something to do with her death, but in actuality it was a drug overdose. So a lot of times, you don't really know, like, people are on certain, I guess, addiction. They have a certain addiction until later on, or when it's too late, because a lot of people carry their composure very well. Like I knew family members, and I also knew, like I said, people on the street that were on drugs, and you didn't know at first, but then you start seeing a compulsive behavior, like you were talking about. You start seeing things missing. Um, just losing weight in certain instances. Some people didn't, believe it or not. Some people didn't lose weight. You know what I mean? But I've seen a lot of people that lost weight. But it can be. It is devastating. And I grew up where I grew up at. That's all you would see is a lot of, people on drugs and people selling drugs and stuff like that. So to me, it was I guess more so normal in the community I grew up in. So it was like something I saw. So I was kind of numb to it. You knew what was going on. Of course, the opioid has really gotten, big, and I think a lot of that too has to do with the medical industry, as far as when you get those painkillers, oxycodone,
Mhm.
stuff of that nature. You like the feeling, your body gets used to having that chemical in their body. So again, a lot of that had to do with, I guess, choice, and then some of it don't have to do with choice, because of the fact that it was given to you to relieve your pain and suffering, whatever you were suffering from, as far as injuries and stuff like that. Because I remember I had my patella tendon ripped in half, and first thing they
Mhm.
want to do is put you on oxycodone or something stronger. And it tore my stomach. I couldn't take it. I
Mhm.
refused to take any medications anyway. So I would just take Tylenol or ibuprofen or whatever. I refuse to take any type of painkiller because I know the addiction factor in it. So again, to me, like I said, some of it was a choice, and then again, some of it's the medical industry, especially now. That's the first thing they give out, is these painkillers, and they're detrimental to a lot of people's health. So,
Yeah,
but
you're
I've
right. I
been
think
around it all my life. So,
I understand about the medical industry. They're giving out these highly addictive drugs. They know they're addictive.
mhm,
And like you said, it could be for a back injury or surgery. And then you get used to that high feeling, and
mhm.
then it just leads to other drugs.
Yeah.
But going back to China, I think too, initially, because it was a toxic relationship, that the assumption
Mhm,
was that the baby's father had something to do with her demise. But at the end of the day, we have a choice.
mhm.
That's kind of my mantra. You have a choice, but with that choice, you have to be accountable. You got
Right.
to be around the people, accountable to the people you're around, the people
Mhm,
you let into your world, your circle, around your kids, the man that you choose to have children with. If
mhm,
you know he is toxic, and he abuses drugs, um, you have a choice. You have a choice to stay in that relationship or get out. And what I learned from you and Naeem is that I keep talking about it. I'm learning you have your standards. Once they cross that standards, you have your boundaries.
mhm.
So once that boundary is crossed, you have to make a decision. It's like, and when that boundary is crossed, because it don't feel good.
Mhm, mhm.
It don't feel good. It's like, why is this person keep bringing this up? And it's like, okay, I've told him no. And it could be drugs, it could be women, it could be, having a threesome, any of these things that you in your gut, no, that's not right. But still, you allow this person or people to keep crossing your boundaries. And
Mhm.
that's one thing I didn't know the name of it, but from you watching Naeem and you guys on Love 101, I was like, oh, that's what that is, you know? And
Mhm,
so now I have a standard
mhm.
of, of, of the what I'm going to take and what I'm not going to take. And once you cross that boundary, either you're going to get blocked, deleted, or just ignored. Ignored.
Right.
I'm not going to even have another conversation with you because we've already talked about it.
Mhm,
So, and I think women, and I put on Naeem's page, what is your boundaries?
mhm,
What are you willing to sacrifice?
mhm.
And I think China sacrificed her life. She sacrificed her children. She sacrificed her future. She sacrificed her mother's health, her father's health, her grandmother's health, even her brothers, because her brothers wouldn't interfere. because she didn't have any boundaries,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So it's important. And, you know, what Naeem teaches is real. It's the truth, you
Mm-hmm.
know? So that's what I learned. And that's what I see outside looking in. She didn't have any boundaries,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Well, boundaries come with, communication. So first thing you need to do is communicate about what your boundary, what you like, what you don't. This is where you get all this straightened out. And a lot of people go into relationships or go into certain situations and they don't have those conversations. So that's one thing. So if you know from the door that you don't like something, don't wait until it happens to say something. Like, get all that out right in the open, so we already know what's on the table and what we're limited to do and what we're not limited to do. So again, like I said, Naeem, like I said, he showed me a lot of stuff, and I learned a lot of stuff from Naeem too. So again, shout out to Naeem. If y'all don't know, check us out Wednesday nights, 7 p.m. right here on Feel Good Talk, at 7 p.m. And he always have some great things. He talked about the universal principles of love. So you can apply this to not only love relationships, but we're talking about family members, whatever, or any type of relationship, friendship, or whatever. And as far as boundaries are concerned, like you said, Jamila, you have to lay those out with friends, family, and whatever. And if they cross those boundaries, I don't care if they're family, friends, you just have to cut it off. If it comes to that point, you know what I'm saying? So again, these are just some of the things that that I've learned as far as just talking to that brother. But
Yeah.
again, I knew certain things, but he puts it in a light where and you can actually understand really what true love is. And a lot of people get that confused. They think love is just a feeling. They think love is this, love it, and we break it down on Love 101. So definitely come check us out. And a lot of people are scared to talk about that topic. A lot of people,
Yeah, they are.
they really don't want to touch that. So, and that's understandable because you might have your mate there, he or she, because it could be both ways. They might be a little private. They don't want their business out, but again, it's there for you. So definitely check us out on Wednesday nights. But you're right, boundaries are definitely you have to put those in play right away. It can't be 1 minute, you're doing something, you let them cross the boundary and you say, okay, well, I'll let them go away with this time. And then I'll
That's
go ahead.
it.
And the next thing you know, they do it again and do it again. And then it's like, okay, it's out of control now. So you
Mhm.
allow them to continue to do that. And like I said, again, that's family members as well. Not just, and that's friendships, family members, relationships, whatever. Once they cross that boundary, if you have a set boundary, and if you're really, really sincere about that boundary, then you have to decide whether you're going to cut that person off or not. And that's just real. So we do have some comments out there, so we can get right
But
there.
Chuck, I want to make a comment before you do that
Okay.
because I'm always listening to you and Naeem.
Mm-hmm.
But like with men, you may have your boundaries, but with women, and this, no, I'm going to say with me, this is
Okay.
my experience
Right.
with men. If you set your boundaries, they are going to keep at it. They going to, man, the more you say no, the more they coming at you. I don't know other women, or do you guys feel that? But it seems like with you, it's like, yeah, this is my boundary, and it's like, yes or either you cross it or you don't. But with men and women, and then there's even your children
Okay.
too.
But
They gonna keep coming. They
now,
gonna they
what
gonna
you mean
pick
by
you
that?
apart till you give in.
Right. Okay. You're
You know?
talking about now when you say with the men going towards, going, I guess, men towards women. You said what?
Yeah,
What?
yeah,
What
yeah,
you mean when you say
yeah.
consistent? Like as far as trying to get with that person, or what are you talking about?
Okay, I could give you. Okay, let me give you an example. This happened recently while I was watching you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's when the light bulb came off, and I started talking about boundaries, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I had a, a person that I met,
Mm-hmm.
and he knew this is for real.
Mm-hmm.
He knew that I work with models,
Okay.
so he had a thing for women, their rear end. So he kept asking me. It's like, well, do you know anybody that be willing to, it's like, no, I don't. I'm sorry. And I said most of my models are teachers and they're professional women. Well, I'm just looking for somebody I can just, I go, no, no, no. It was, no. Oh, I have something to tell you. It's about business. And at the end, oh, I looked on your website and I saw Keisha, Marsha. What about Philadelphia? Oh, she might have a nice one. Though. No. I mean, this went on until I saw that one show when Naive was talking about, and every time he would start talking about it, I would feel like, no, I didn't told him no. What's wrong with him? But he would always come at me like it's business. I got something to tell you. I got some good news and about your magazine. So it's not. I don't know. For me as a woman, they keep picking at you till they wear you down. That's just one example. I have somebody for maybe 5 years coming at me, and it's like, no, block you. Call you, no, I want to talk to you, block them on the phone. Still.
Right.
Still. So I think for women, we gotta be resolute. It's like, no means no. And I think for you guys, it's like, no. So I don't know.
I can agree with you.
Do you have that? Have you had that too as a man?
Yeah, you got women that that'll come at you or whatever, and you just let them know straight up from the jump. Look, this is what it is, and that's it.
But do they keep trying?
Some of them do. I had in the past when women would keep trying me, but then you have to cut them off. That's it. Like it's up to you to say, okay, look, man, I told you 50, whatever. Don't ask me that no more. Period. If it's not about this, you just got to cut them off. And then if it does, and you cut them off, like you said, block them, whatever you need to do. But I think it works. I think it's both ways, because I've seen some women that are very, very straight up. They'll tell you, no, boom, that's it. And some of the guys I've seen, some of the buddies I know, they came on some of these, and it's crazy because a lot of times, it depends. I guess it depends on the person, how you were raised or whatever, or how you were brought up. And I guess if you're a person that likes to, I guess, please people, or feelings and stuff like that, you may endure more than others. But it's up to you at the end of the day to say, look, man, don't call my phone no more. Stop it, because they'll take no. Some people take no as, oh, they want me to do more, or it's a turn on to them, so they'll come back.
It's a challenge. It's just a challenge. Yeah.
And to me, it's dumb. If no means no to me. So if somebody tells me no, I'm done. That's it. It ain't gonna be no. Oh, well, maybe she mean kinda. Nah, she just means no. So again, it's your choice. You have a choice at the end of the day. Either you're gonna keep on tolerating these guys, and I think as you get older too, the more bull crap, you get tired of it. So you
do. You really do.
Right away and get it over with. So, but I know women do endure a lot more as far as with the men. I know y'all have a lot more. Y'all get told, "Hey, beautiful, hey this, hey that," and I know y'all hear it all the time. So at the end of the day, it can be draining. I can imagine. But again, we got some comments out here. We got a lot of them. So they talk.
Okay.
We talking about boundaries today. We didn't know what we were going to talk about. We knew what we were going to talk about, but now Jamila turns it to boundaries. So we're going to go with the boundaries. Here we what's up, Kendra? She says, good afternoon, Chuck and lovely Jamila. What's going on, ladies? Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you. You could be anywhere, but you decided to be here. Jamila,
thank you.
Yes, indeed. She says, very true. When we have relationships and friendships, we got to think about others who will be affected by it. Exactly, Kendra. That's so true. And let's go back to that. And I really, that's very important, because again, especially people with kids, you really have to be careful with that. You can't bring anybody around your kids. That's another thing. You need to really research this person. That's when you really need to ask the questions. Like, I don't understand. You hear about all the time on the stories about these women, bring these boyfriends. Next thing you know, the boyfriends done did something to their kids or killed, whatever. And it's sad. Like, you should have these conversations, get into this guy's head, and make sure that this guy is stable. because there's a lot of unstable people out there. I mean, women too. You know, I'm not gonna just blame the men, but I hear more about the men, you know, doing stuff like this. You know, and you need to be careful about who you bring around your children. Just don't bring them around because you're looking to be, I guess, comforted. I need a man. I need a mate. You know, but you'll bring anything around your kids, filth. You know, you just bring them around the kids. You don't know what this guy does. So again, you need to check these guys out. Half of them looking a place to stay. Some of them, not all of them, and they got an agenda. So you got to watch.
Can you say that again?
They have an agenda, and they never
need a place to stay.
Well, some of them do. No, I ain't gonna say all of them because some of our brothers.
I ain't saying all. I'm just saying say that again.
Now she tried to trick me up. Nah. But no, at the end of the day, I see a lot of that more. I mean, I see more men like being dependent now. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, you know, and it's okay if y'all got that conversation where I'm gonna stay home and I'll let you work. I'll take care of the household. That's cool. But at the end of the day, I see, you know, some, not all. I'm not gonna say all because I can't put everybody in the same.
Not all.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But at the end, I see a lot of it. Put it like this: I see enough of it to know that, you know, you need to watch these people that you bring into your life, especially these kids. And 9 times out of 10, now I had mine. I raised mine when they were coming up and I had custody, you know. But at the end of the day, a lot of the women have more. You see women with more custody now. I mean, more men are getting into having the custody. Shout out to us because, you know, it was rare at one point, but now it's becoming more common for the men to have custody. So, but what I'm saying is these women that allow these guys to come into the relationship, you know, watch them around your kids, please. You know?
Amen.
You know? And then Kendra also says so many people are looking for validation on such a surface level that they sacrifice having boundaries. And that's true too. That's what I'm talking about, the pleasing. You want to please. You want to make sure that, you know, well, if I say this, I'm gonna feel bad. No, I don't feel bad. Just do what you have to do, you know. Izzy also says, hey, Feel Good Talk fan. What's going on, Iz? Thanks for tuning in. She says, my favorite topic, boundaries. Okay, well, give us something. Give us something, lady. Give us something. We got Sky Dawn. She says, hey, fam, sorry I was late. Nah, you always on time. Even when you late, Sky, don't even worry about it. Saying hi to Izzy. And she also saying hello to Kendra. Okay, here she go. All right, here she is. She says, I feel that often if boundaries are set for men and women, speak up about those boundaries. Women are often seen as having an attitude of being aggressive, speaking in general, of course. It depends, Izzy. Now we do have people that do have attitudes. I mean, it's natural, it's men and women, you know, but I do see a lot of attitudes with certain people in general. But I think if you talk about it and y'all all on the same page and having a general conversation, I don't think the attitude shouldn't even be there. Like, I wouldn't consider that attitude because you say, I don't want this, I don't want that, I don't want that. That's not an attitude. That's just telling. But embark on that a little bit more because.
But after a while, you will get an attitude if they keep asking for the same thing and you keep saying no. It could be like, you know, some beep, beep, beep words in there.
Yeah, I mean, of course, if the person keeps, you know, asking you the same thing or just crossing your boundaries, of course it's going to get like that. But at the end of the day, you have to say, okay, this is it. Nah, this is I'm done
cut
with
them off. Yeah.
So, you cut them off. But great conversation. Anybody else out there with some conversation, please help us out. Kendra says, true, Jamila, a lot of men will always try you. They can't never change. Come on, y'all killing me. Wait a minute.
Because they out there trying to cross.
This guy here, what's going on? Like, me personally, I mean, you know, men will try you. You know, women will too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's up to you to decide whether or not you want this guy to keep trying you. So, again, Kendra also has no challenge here because I'll block him. Exactly. And this is what we're talking about. This is what we need. Somebody to, like, we have to understand that the reason why these guys or females are coming at you is because you're not being straight up with these people.
That's not true, Chuck. That's not true.
It's, listen, leave me alone. That's it. I'm not going to answer your call no more. That's it. Cut him off. And if he, you know, you block him, cut him off. If he don't listen, you know, you just got to be sincere about, you know, your boundaries. That's it. And if it take a little attitude, like Izzy was talking about, you know, you got to do what you got to do. And I think the attitude comes, like you said, Izzy, after a while, like you said, Jamila, he keeps coming at you, asking you about dumb stuff, childish stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So,
But you know what, too, Chuck? This is what I've seen too. It's it's a challenge, but then it's like, even this guy kept asking me about women butts. He said, I just wanna wait a minute. He said, I just wanna, like he had like a thing where he wanted to just see how far he could get, you
right.
know, it was such a demonic spirit to me
Mm-hmm.
at times. And with the other guy, that he still texts me,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, I've changed my number. I don't talk to him, but he's always either in my Facebook or Instagram, or just always somewhere. And it's been almost 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying that I'm not.
You're not. I don't think you're aggressive, and I don't think you're being.
I don't even talk to him though. I don't say nothing
Well,
to
yeah.
him.
Well, when you see him, you can just block every time. It's just like a telemarketer. They're gonna keep bothering you over and over again, different numbers. It aggravates the hell out of me. But guess what? I
Yeah,
just block each and every number that comes
yeah,
through that I know is a telemarketer. I mean, eventually, hopefully, they'll run out of numbers. I doubt it, but at the end of the day, you just block, boom, block, block, and hopefully
yeah,
they'll get the picture. And if not, then you gotta do what you gotta do. But other than that, I mean, you just got to be stern with this guy, Jamila. You got to
yeah,
tell the guy what it is, and that's it. You know. Um, Izzy says, "I don't doubt that at all." I can't remember what we were talking about. Thanks for the comment, Izzy. Oh, she's talking about challenge as far.
okay, yeah, 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 it's a challenge.
In a minute. She says, "I
Yeah,
don't doubt that at all." She's laughing.
okay.
Izzy meditates, you already know, and you are definitely not being aggressive enough. Ooh, there you go. Even Kendra says the same thing. You're not being aggressive enough.
Oh, me?
Yeah, you're not being
Oh,
aggressive.
shit.
And then I'm gonna read this last one. Sky Darling says, Jamila is teaching me how to define my boundaries. I did do it this week and I felt good. Ha ha ha. But women in business try to cross boundaries with another woman. Check this out. Will not with man. Shaking my
This
head.
will not happen with a man.
Not with a man. Okay, I got you. All right.
But you know what, Chuck? What I've learned from you guys too is, in terms of boundaries, is children,
Mm-hmm.
it's family members, it's male female relationships,
Mm-hmm.
and it's at work. So this is not just, any relationship can be toxic, but it just overlaps, and so once you set your boundaries, and you have your standards, you have your boundaries, that's it. But I want to go back one thing with China in terms of, you said something in terms of these men living with you, but not working. I can't remember exactly what you said, but it struck a chord with me because my lens is through toxic relationship, is through seeing what I saw with China and her baby daddy, and he didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
And someone else said, I think you said, Chuck, you got to look in their background.
Mm-hmm.
Where is he raised? How was he raised?
Mm-hmm.
And just being in the school system, people that have been raised in foster homes or group homes, they come out of it really messed up.
Mm-hmm.
So these are a lot of things. You said that. What's their background? As women, we got to look at all that before we even bring them near our kids.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, and like you said, his his background, you gotta look at his background, and also you never know what went on in that household. Even though you might have thought he came from a great family, you never know what was going on behind those closed doors, because a lot of people live secret lives too. You know what I mean? So you can't say, oh, well, I seen his mom. She came. She worked every day. His father stayed clean. He came home. He made money every day. He did whatever. You don't know what goes on behind those walls. Behind those
Right. You're right. You're right.
They put on their out and about face, and then when they get in the house, they're a whole total different person. So, I mean, of course, that like a lot of people are not going to talk about they're not going to bring up the bad things about themselves because they don't want to. Some people consider that a weakness. If you share that with somebody, as a weakness, or it may bother them to a point where they can't share it, and they need professional help. So a lot of times you're really not going to get the true. I guess that true person. I guess that true conversation out. Like maybe some of the questions you may ask may be turned around a certain way, or like the boundaries. I don't know. Trying to it's hard. It's very hard.
It's hard. It's hard.
Careful out there. But then again, I mean, just by if you talk to that person, you get to know him, and you start like a little bit of his back. What do you do if he has 5 kids? He's not taking care of them. He's trying to come into your relationship. Just give him an example. He's trying to take care of your kids. Let's say you have kids. He has 5 kids. He's not taking care of. Why would you bring him into your relationship? And he can't take care of his own 5 kids? How are you gonna take care of your 2 or help your 2? You understand what I'm saying? Like some people, they see the writing on the wall, but they take that chance anyway for what people know. And I guess some is a shortage of men out there. So again, especially black men, so they'll take whatever they can get. You understand what I'm saying? Just to fill their void as far as what they think love is. And a lot of times not even love. It's just or like, this is what I would like to have,
Absolutely.
Whatever. So
that makes a lot of sense. But what I learned too is when you meet somebody, they better put their best foot forward. But after time, it's like peeling the onion.
It'll come.
It just takes time.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you can't just jump and sleep with these men. It takes time, and then you meet them, you sleep with them, you get pregnant, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
And they ain't about nothing. But it's like peeling the onion. And you can't even ask questions. You got to just observe them. How do they interact, like you said, with their kids, with their mother, with their family members, with women? How do they feel about women? Some men don't like women, Chuck. I'm telling you that they like sex, but they don't like women. I'm
gonna tell you another way you could tell sometimes about a guy too, how he treats his mom.
Yes.
If he treats his mom with respect, kindness, whatever, he's going to treat you the same way.
Yeah.
And that's I've seen, that's a fact. So that's what you monitor a lot of times. See how he treats his mom.
Yeah.
And how he'll treat you. But if he treats the mom like trash, believe me, he gonna treat you like trash too. You ain't different. You know what I mean? So now I don't know. Now hold on. Let me back that up. I don't know if his mom was abusive to him, and that's why he treats her like that. But it'll all come out. He'll let you know. You know what I'm saying? But then his women in his life, it could be his grandmom. It could be, is he out there opening the doors for them? He's taking them out. He's making sure that they're okay. Mom, you all right? Or grandma, you all right?
Yeah.
Right. And he's telling you need something, call me. Like he's like a protector more so.
Right.
You don't tell. But if he don't
like those.
If he don't care about nothing and he's laying around doing absolutely nothing and you're still loving this bum, that's on you.
That's
you already know what's going on. If that's all he want to do is smoke weed, sit in the house, play video games all day.
That was China's baby daddy. You're describing China's baby daddy.
Right. And that's why
we gotta be accountable.
Right.
We have to have that's where the boundaries come in at. Do you just want a man just to have a man? Or do you want somebody that's name see love, appreciation, affection, all those things, you know?
Well, it's freedom of communication, communication, trust, and sincerity. So
thank you. Yeah, I'm learning. See, I'm watching y'all. So
we're gonna get you there. We're gonna get you there. But again, like I said,
that all comes back to that. And it's like, well, I just want a man. I just want to have a man, have some cute little kids, I mean, all this stuff women be thinking about and not think about the character, what are we going to build together?
Right.
You at home, okay, even if I'm the breadwinner, you gonna take care of the kids. I still got to take the kids to a babysitter because you not keeping the kids. My next door neighbor, his wife is a nurse, and he stay at home, and I see him with the little girl. He takes the little girl on the walk and in the backyard. But you know, are you at home playing video games, or like you said, Chuck, smoking weed and doing whatever, or having women in there while you're at work? Come on, where's your boundaries?
Yeah. And you got to understand too, like when you have kids involved, you have to understand that, you know, what they see is what they believe or they think, you know, or how their life is going to be a lot of times. So if they see that their mom has multiple men coming in and out of that house, that's what they're going to think life is about. So they're your daughters and your sons, because your sons are not going to trust women now because they see you acting like a fool. So they're going to say, well, I don't trust no woman. This is where the trust issues too come in too, the way they were well. So if you see your mom constantly is real promiscuous, she got all these men coming in and out of your house. As a young man, you're going to think, well, man, all women must be like this. Just like if you see, you know, a man abusing your mom, you're going to think, oh, that's normal. So maybe that's what I have to do. And vice versa.
Yeah,
you see your girl, you raising these girls, and they see women. That's what they're gonna think. Oh, well, I need to have multiple men in my life. You know. Now, granted, some of them come out okay. It's very, very little percentage, but in the back of their mind, it's still in the back of their mind, their subconscious mind too. So you gotta be careful about what you do around these kids. Now,
you really do.
Now I know we're talking about relationships or whatever. We're all over the place with it, but it all stems.
It's all the same.
It all stems around it. So you have to be careful. You know, just be careful, ladies, especially with these men, women. Men too. You bring these women around your kids too. Watch them too. You know. Let's see. Got some comments here. Izzy says, Chuck, that is very true. My father adored his mother, my grandmother, and he treats my mama with the most respect. This is his queen. Exactly.
Yes.
You know, if you know, you could tell people that really adore, like me. I adore, like my grandma. They all I take care of them. You know what I'm saying? So she ain't got rub at the door. She ain't got rub nothing. I'm going in the house. You know, whatever she need, I'm there. If she need my arm, I give her half my arm. Whatever. You know, that's just me. So, you know, you treat women accordingly. And I believe that women, you know, like I said, they're the nurturers of this universe, man. And they, you know, men cannot do what women can do. That's have children. That's, you know, they have that woman you need that woman. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you got to appreciate these women out here. Some are a little different. You know what I mean? You let them go ahead and roll. But at the end of the day, you know, you don't see it no more, especially our grandmas. When we had grandmas, they were like, you know, grandmoms, you know, they were
real grandmothers,
either 60s, you know what I mean? Now it's like 35 with 40, stuff like that. So it's a little different, but they've been through some stuff, you know. They went but I do adore women. I adore women. And like I said, it's because, like I said, I was raised by, you know, my grandma, my mom, and it's just that, you know, and my grandfather and my dad, they were all protectors. So I learned from them. You know, they were out there. They made sure everything was right. They made sure the household was right. If something was wrong, they jumped right on it. You know, if this was wrong, you know, it was like you see that, so you adapt to that. So again,
so you have the perfect mix of male and female.
Yup. And I had all
role models.
It was a village that raised me. It wasn't just, you know, so I see my grandfather, my great grandparents, you know, I had a mixture of all that. So I had the knowledge from them. And then I just thought a little differently than a lot of other kids did, or people in general. What's that? Scott Darling says, my father, Papa, was our protector, leader, and my mother's best friend. Indeed. Izzy says, love it.
Me too. Me too.
Kendra says, I believe in relationships, each person should be intentional about making each other's life better every day. How can I brighten his day today? How can we as a family bring joy into each other's life? And that's true, Kendra. You know what I mean? That's what it's about. But, you know, you see a lot of people that got their own agendas. You know, what can I get out of this? You know, oh, she got money, or he got money. Oh, let me go get this money, or let me get a piece of that. And it's like their whole mentality is messed up. And I think a lot of times this society is changed big time to get to that point. You know, now, you know, the norm is love and hip hop. You know, that's the norm. You know, I mean, acting like a bunch of fools. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and to me, like I said, that's not what being a woman or a man's about, and all this. I don't need no man. I don't. Yeah, you do.
You
You know,
too.
and a man, needs a woman, and that's just
Yeah.
real. So
Yeah.
y'all can go out here in front all you want. Oh, I don't need no man to take care of me. Well, okay. And I ain't say take care of you. Now I'm not even into that. But
Right.
take care of each other. You have
I
to.
need one to take care of me.
Well, that's your prep. See, that's why you got to put your boundaries on the table. Your communication, get that communication out. Let me see.
Yes. No, I'm just kidding.
But at the end
But
of the
you know
day,
what? This conversation, I don't think could have been any better. We didn't have, when the guests didn't come. I mean, and to me, it is all a continuum of what I saw or didn't see with China. You
right,
know, that's what I'm looking through.
mm-hmm.
And I think too, Chuck, when you said how you were raised and with the balance of the male and female energy, like a lot of these kids, let's go back to drugs. Crack took out the whole black community. So a
Right.
lot of these like millennials and 30s and 35-year-olds, they didn't have a mom, a dad, mama died, daddy in prison, cracked, cracked out. So this whole generation is missing that love, that compassion. My mother raised me, but still my dad came to our house every day. You
Mm-hmm.
know, he was there every day, and there was 7 of us. And somebody asked me, well, how many was by your mom and how many is by your dad? It's like all 7 of us, and I'm the youngest, but my dad was always there, always around. But he just loved women though.
Yeah.
My daddy, he
Ain't
just
nothing wrong with that.
he
Ain't nothing
loved
wrong with that.
women,
But
But here with my mother, I can't say what my mother used to call them though. But they still had that. It was some kind of bond they had, It was and it was there, and I didn't appreciate it until I got older.
yeah.
I could see
Mm-hmm.
that they had something special,
Mm-hmm.
even though they wasn't legally married. It was a bond there.
And
Yeah, it
you're
was
right.
it was a love.
Yeah, and you're right, Jamila. As far as the crack and all that came about, and it did mess up a lot of families and stuff, the drugs and all that.
Yeah,
And also you got. I mean, I don't really want to get into all that as far as the Section 8 and all that, because again, they excluded the father out of the homes. The
yeah,
mother had to deal with the children only. So a lot of that, affected us. You know what I mean? Coming up and
yeah.
well
It
through
did.
those times, and you can see it now as far as with the millennials and stuff like that. So.
Hmm.
It was definitely a change, because I mean, back in the day when we were coming up, everybody knew everybody on the block too. Everybody knew
Yeah,
who was. So if they came around, they knew him. Oh, don't mess with him. I already know what he about. Blah blah blah. It was already, everybody knew what was going on already. You know what I mean? Or everybody was family on the block. Nowadays, you go to people and say, "Who's your neighbor?" Oh, I don't know. I've been here for 3 years.
hmm.
3 years.
That's
You think
true.
that's like that? That's worse. That's even bad. You don't know who live next door, or you're the next door neighbor. That's crazy. Like, you need to know these people on the block. I'm
Yeah.
easy, so I go up and down the block knocking. That's just me. You know what I mean? So you got to get to
Hmm.
know these people, because we were never. You knew who moved in. You knew exactly what was going on at all times.
You
So
sure did.
the
Yeah.
neighborhood fended for the neighborhood. Neighborhood kept the neighborhood thriving. So again, I think we're definitely missing that. And then Izzy Meditate says, it was the sweetest thing to see Chuck, this huge 6 foot plus dude, treat his G mom as the beautiful flower she is. Yes, indeed.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
said
Yeah.
we still
Yeah.
go out to dinner, lunch. I take her out to dinner, lunch, and everything. So yeah, that's my heart. So
Yeah.
I give her my heart if I had to. So
Wow.
God Darling says, I raised a loving household, and some people called it spoiled or different, but my father called it freedom and respect. Exactly.
Hmm.
And I don't think a lot of people get stuff wrong, like sport, like raised in a loving household. Some people call it spoiled. I don't really think you're spoiled if you get, like, okay, if the child, like, if you know, okay, and I hate that when people say I want to give the child something that I never had. No, 9 out of 10 is always something materialistic. to me is if they deserve it, they deserve it. Give it for them. They don't. Then they don't get it. But I don't think it depends. Like some people are spoiled unnecessarily, but like you said, raised in a loving household, that's where it's at. You know what I mean? So a lot of people wanted, what you had too, Sky, because a lot of people didn't get that. You know what I mean? That love and that respect.
Yeah.
He also says every woman wants a strong man in the house like James Evans. James just never could catch a break. That's all.
And that's for real, for real.
Yeah,
a lot of black men, the harder they work, the harder they fall.
They fall. Yes, indeed.
Mm-hmm.
But great conversation, man. Great conversation.
Yeah.
But I think, like you said, Jamila, it was meant to be us to have this conversation.
Always.
So, but what we're going to do is we'll take a commercial break, and then we'll come right back. And if anybody got any comments or concerns, please address it. And where my fellas at? Where my fellas around? What's going on? All right, come on, help me out now. We'll be back. The A Game. And that is the A Gang, great for vitality, energy, strength, and libido. If you want your free sample, give me a call at 302-723-2836. Again, 302-723-2836. This is for men only. Women, we work. Hopefully, we'll have something for you, but it's a great product. So definitely check me out. Well,
this, you know what, Chuck, I could. When I'm watching you and Naeem, I'm thinking, and I can't talk fast enough, and I was like, okay, this is what I've been wanting to say about these boundaries, and it seems like it's different because between male and female. I wanted to pay homage to China, let women know to set boundaries. When something don't feel right, don't do it. Listen to that gut, that instinct. And, set high standards for yourself. It don't matter how cute the man is and, he work out every day and he got this body and all this, it got to be something more. It got to be how he treats you, how he treats your kids, how he respects you, how he respects himself. Does he work? Does he want to work? Does he have a skill? If you don't have a skill, go get a skill. Is he a father figure where he is a positive role model for your kids, or is he at home smoking weed and playing video games all day, sleeping all day, up all night? You got to have some standards. You got to have some boundaries. And I thank God for you and Naeem, because I got me some boundaries now. I got me some standards. I know how to follow that gut feeling when something's not right. It's just not right. No matter, you may laugh it off or just try to, oh, he's nice and, this and that. But then at the end of the day, no, he's not nice. He has a hidden agenda. He wants something. And he ain't getting it from me.
Right. Well, you got to cut that guy off next time he calls you.
Oh, God.
Just cut him off. Or send him a nasty message. He'll get the picture. Or
it's been 5 years, so I just let him talk to himself.
Some people are sick now. That's 5 years. Something wrong with him mentally. Like if he's really think he's talking and getting through to you after 5 years and you haven't answered him, something's upstairs loose. So you need to watch out for that. I'm gonna tell the other women out there too. It's great to have potential, but let's stop getting these men with just potential. Let's start getting these men that's doing some things.
Yeah.
Oh, he got potential. Oh, he no. If he's 30, if he's a certain age, it's time that potential should have changed into something already. So let's stop believing all that, the hypeness. I'm gonna be this, I'm gonna be that, and you've been talking this stuff forever.
I'm gonna be a rapper.
Yeah, well, that too. Shout out to all my rappers out there because we got some guys are doing their thing. They just can't get the break because they talking that positive stuff.
Yeah,
They want to hear all
yeah.
the negative stuff. So it's a
But
flip.
I'm talking about
Yeah,
the
I know.
guys that are,
Right.
the ones I'm talking about. Not the for real ones, but the ones like,
The real ones.
those
You
ones.
say that back in Cali too, for real, for real.
For real.
For real? Okay, I didn't know that. We all got something in common. That was our thing back when I was coming up. For real. All right.
Really?
Or what? Yeah, for real. All right.
Maybe I got that from you, Chuck. I don't know.
You might. I don't know. Now you gonna play like. Sky got something. She has something here. She says, the character James Evans respected and loved his family. That to me is a king. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
He was the perfect role model as far as to show you how, the male figure, supposed to be. The only thing is he just couldn't get that break, getting that job and getting him out of the project. But so it was never. I would always get mad when I used to see the show, and I used to like, dang man, they almost got a break, but it just ain't happened,
Yeah.
But again, that was a hell of a role he played. And then Scott Dollar says, "My cousins laugh out loud." But yeah, Jamila was a great show. But I just want people to let people know exactly where they could find us before we get out of here.
Okay.
Y'all can find us on LinkedIn at Feel Good Talk, Facebook at Feel Good Talk, YouTube at FGT Mind, Body, Soul, and Business. Please check out that channel, that YouTube channel, please. FGT Mind, Body, Soul, and Business. On Instagram, you can find us at phil.goodtalk, and you can email us at feelgoodtalk113 at gmail.com. And also the website is www.feelgoodtalk.net. So if you have anything you want to come, like I said, anything you need to share or you want to come on, just let us know and we'll definitely share. If you want to come on any of the shows, let us know. We can get you on. It's not a problem at all. We definitely would love to have other people on here giving their opinions and stuff like that. So
yeah.
But yeah, Jamila, maybe you should come on. I talked to Naeem, man. We can have you on Wednesday night.
I want to. By the time you invited me.
Yeah, we're trying to
find. I have a lot to say,
I know
because y'all need a female perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes,
we got author visionary Elsie Logan now, so she
has
But I would love to have people to come on, whatever you want.
Yeah, I would love to come on because sometimes when I'm typing, Chuck, you don't understand what I'm saying. One time I was saying, how people, that's just Chuck, they just kind of play it out. Oh no, that's just how Jamila is, don't pay no attention to her. I was trying to tell you that. He said, oh, that's just Chuck. Okay. So I would love to come on and just give you some real life scenarios about boundaries.
Why don't you send my man the link? Why don't you do that? Send my man the link. If he texts you, can say, hey, get on, come on Wednesday night. We'll scare him off for you. We got you, Jamila.
Oh my God. That's a whole nother show because he been wanting to get on the show.
Oh,
so he would like that.
Oh, bring him on. I'll bring Naeem on. Let's bring him on. That'd be a good show. That'd be a real good show.
Okay. I'm gonna invite him. That's what
you know. What? No, I better stop because then he's gonna think you're giving in. So maybe you better.
Yeah.
Put those.
But this has been. You know what, Chuck? This has been one of the best shows, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
It was really fun.
Always. And Scott Darling says, my cousins laugh a lot. She's talking about playing video game. There it is. Yeah, I mean, it's not wrong. Don't get me wrong. I don't want everybody to think, I'm talking about people playing. It's great to play. I mean, I used to play video games when I was coming up, the video machines and the arcades and stuff like that. I was addicted to that stuff. But at the end of the day, we're talking about.
You play video games now, Chuck?
No, I don't play them no more. I don't have time. I'm working and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't really
So
have.
I understand some men do it like for
Yeah, for
relaxation or
relaxation. Yeah, and
yeah,
that's cool. All the gamers out there, they even making
right.
money doing this stuff now. So,
Exactly.
but at the
Yeah.
end of the day, like we're not talking about the guys that are responsible doing their thing. We were just saying people in general that aren't handling their responsibilities and
Thank
sitting
you.
back. So I don't want everybody to think I'm talking about the video gamers because I used to be one myself when I was
Yeah.
coming up. I just don't have time no more. And like I said, a lot of people are making money doing that. So I'm not talking them at all. There's a lot of rich people doing that too, just playing. I even my cousin's niece's husband, he does it for a living. He makes great money doing it. You know what I mean? So, but he gets paid for it.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But
Well, that's not the
we're not
individuals we're
talking about.
talking about.
We're not
Those
talking about
people.
those individuals. We're talking about
No.
ones that are very
Yeah,
positive.
other
Put it
people.
like this. Yeah.
Yeah.
So again,
Yeah.
thanks, man. I appreciate it. We had a good time today. Thanks
We
again.
really did.
Scott, Darling, Kendra, Izzy meditates. Who else we got
Yeah.
in?
Thank you guys for
A lot of people that commented. We're just talking about the comments. Yeah.
yeah.
We had some
Well,
good.
thank everybody for listening and
Definitely appreciate it.
tuning in. China, we love you. Rest in love, rest in peace.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know you're up there watching over your babies, and I'm always there for them and try to help your mom. And, you know, we love you. We want to learn from you. And
Right.
other people, we want to share your story so other people won't have to go through what you went through to lose your life at such a young age. And, you know, your babies are out there. So,
yep.
Yeah. Thank you, Chef.
Hey, thank you. Thank you. And we got one more a couple comments. She says it's fine if you're by yourself. Okay, Sky, talking about the games. Okay. And she says, please share this broadcast. So thank you, Sky. We appreciate you always.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, Chuck. So I guess we just got to do what we do, right? We'll have nobody else, so we just got to.
1, 2, 3. Peace.
Peace.